this for later on. Write the expression as a function of theta. So when you see a question like this, we have minus here, correct? And we have a formula of alpha minus beta. If there is a sign of alpha minus beta, then the question is we're going to have sine alpha cosine beta minus cosine alpha sine beta. All right, so this is what we have on the note sheet. Why did I pick this? Why I didn't pick, we have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 more formulas. Because first of all, it's sine. So we have 2 sine. Second of all, is minus. So we have, that's the only one we have. I use alpha minus beta, but they have A minus B. That doesn't matter. So the next step is we just substitute. This will be, so this is my alpha, and this guy is my beta. It will be good. Sine of pi over 4 times cosine of theta minus cosine of pi over 4 times sine of theta. So when you're here, anytime you see 0, pi over 6, pi over 4, pi third, and pi half, this is something that we like, correct? Because you have it in the unit circle. This is in radians, and degree will be 0, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees. So anytime we see this angle inside of one of the trig functions, we need to evaluate it. So sine of pi over 4, this guy is radical 2 over 2. Cosine of theta, we cannot do anything. This cosine of theta is cosine of, I mean, we don't have any information to solve for cosine of theta. I want you guys to differentiate it with the other question that we solved on Friday, that you need to look for cosine or sine theta. I mean, this is the topic is write the expressions as a function of theta. So we need to have theta inside of our solutions. Minus cosine of pi over 4 is radical 2 over 2 times sine of theta. So now I can factor radical 2 over 2 from both sides. From this 2, I get radical 2 over 2 parenthesis cosine of theta minus sine of theta. So we are done. We write it in a function of theta. Here's theta, here's theta. Any question? So you have a question like this. I mean, I'm gonna, I hope I'm not making you guys lazy or something that you rely on me, but you need to know the point of solving this. I want you to learn the technique of solving the question like that. Definitely, you don't have exactly sine this. You might have cosine, you might have tangents. Instead of pi over 4, which is in radian, you might have degrees. Any question here? Okay. Let's have another question similar to your quiz that you're going to take. I told you guys the quiz is a little spicy compared with my style. I just wanted that you guys feel the level of difficulty that I can make. So this question says, use the given information to find a sine of s plus t well, okay. Okay, then B, say the quadrants S sine of S equal to 4/5 and sine of t equal to -3/5. And we also have S in quadrant 2 and T in quadrant 4. All right, who's listening to the radio here? Okay, this is one of the similar questions that you have. Use the given information. What is the information? We have sine of S equal to 4/5 and sine of T equal to -3/5. S is in quadrant 2, T is in quadrant 4. They're asking us what is sine of S plus T. So we are using addition. Do not come up with your own formula. Don't say it's S, sine of S plus sine of T. No, this actually is equal to sine of S cosine of T plus cosine of S sine of T. Why did I pick S here? So this is an angle. This is an angle. All right, like alpha and beta. Equal to, we solved a couple of questions like this last week, and I don't want to, okay, let me go over it quickly. Sine of S, we have it, is 4/5. Okay, so I put 4/5 here, multiply by cosine of T, we don't have, so it's not given. Back of your head, you need to know that this is something to do with the unit circle making a right triangle somewhere and use Pythagorean theorem to solve for cosine t. Plus cosine of s we don't have. Sine of t we have. This is right there, is -3/5. So our job is to find cosine of t. We need to find cosine of t, and we need to find cosine of s. So let's work on cosine of t. What do we know about t? T is in quadrant 4. That's what we have right here. So I'm going to make a circle somewhere here. Quadrant 4 is this. So I'm going to randomly make a right triangle. And I'm going to call this one T, correct? And I'm going to make a right triangle here. Sine of t equal to 4. No. Sine of t equal to -3/5. So that means this is y, and that's r. That's r. This is -3. This guy is 5. R never going to be negative, but we are in quadrant, this height is negative. We use Pythagorean theorem to solve for x, which will be 4. Now, cosine of t will be x over r. Where do I know this? We know this from chapter 2 or chapter 1, actually. Good. We know this from chapter 1. Then the answer will be 4/5. So we solve this. I'm going to go all the way back to what we had here. So I'm going to put cosine of t is 4/5. Now we need to solve for cosine of s. Cosine of s, we know s is in quadrant 2, and sine of that is this. Okay, we can make another triangle. We can make another circle, actually. Circle. Quadrant 2, I randomly make here S. Make a right triangle. We have sine of S is 4/5. So this is 4, that's 5. I use Pythagorean theorem. I find -3 for x. Then cosine of S will be -3/5. -3/5. Nice, fun, like streaming. You can just do little algebra and be done. So this part, if you multiply, you get 16 over 25 plus, if you multiply this side, you get 9 over 25. If you add them, you get 25 over 25 equal to 1. Well, just made it up, they got 1. So this should be on your note sheet. I mean, this is something that you need to know this semester. In your quiz that you're going to see today, instead of sine, I might ask you guys tangent of s plus t. So you refer to tangent formula. I might ask you guys cosine of s plus minus t. Right? You pick the formula, you just list it here. You see what do we have, what we don't have. First you plug what we have, and then you look what we don't have. It's a long way to solve it, but you can do it. Question here? No question. What do you think about part B? What is the quadrant of S plus T? Is that in quadrant 1, B quadrant 2, C quadrant 3, D quadrant 4? So S is in quadrant 2, correct? That's what they said. And T is in quadrant 4. That's what we have here. If we add them, which quarter we're going to end up? Jason?
Quadrant 1?
Quadrant 1. Okay.
I don't know.
Jason said quadrant 1, maybe correct, maybe not. Anybody else?
Maybe you end back at quadrant 2.
Quadrant 2. Anybody else? The best thing to solve a question like this is just randomly pick value for S. S is in quadrant 2, correct? Give me one number for S. What degree should be? Should be between 90 and 180, correct?
Right.
For example, 100, correct? I randomly pick 100 degrees. 100 degrees in quadrant 2, somewhere here. What about T?
Between 270 and 360.
Very good, 270 and 360. So we can randomly pick 300. Good. If we add them, what degree we get? We get 400. Good. So which quadrant is 400?
1.
1, yeah, this is 360 plus 40. It gets somewhere around here. So quadrant 1. So I picked these two. Any number you pick must be on quadrant 1. I can say S equal to 150 and T equal to 350, correct? I just want to see where do I end up. If I add them, I get 300, 400, 500. Good. 500 is where is 500? Is 360 plus 140. 400. This gonna be in quadrant 2. But the first example was in quadrant 1. Looks like we need more information. Quadrant, what is a quadrant? This end up being in quadrant 2, right? 150 was here. 100, 300. Well, we need to do some inverse here to make sure if this is actually related to our new topic. Sine of s equal to 4/5. What is s? How do we solve for s here? How do we solve for s if sine of s equal to 4/5? 4/5 is not on our unit circle. So we say s equal to sine inverse of 4/5. What do we get? What is sine inverse of 4/5? We use a calculator. What do we get, Elizabeth? Sine inverse of negative 4/5.
53.13.
But they said S is in quadrant 2, but we got 53.13. This is in quadrant 1. So what is S then? I mean, you did correct, but 53 is right there, for example. This is 53.13. And sine of that is 4/5. Also, sine of this angle, this one, this height and that height are same. Also, sine of 180 degrees minus 53.13 is 4/5. So you need to subtract from 180. So what do we get? What is 180 minus 53.13?
26.87.
126.07.
Yeah. 180. Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's correct.
So 126.07. So this is our S. We do the same thing for T. Can you guys tell me what is it, what degree is T in 2 decimals? We know T is in quadrant 4. What degree is that? So we have sine of t equal to -3/5. We don't have 3/5 inside of a unit circle, so we do inverse. Then t will be sine inverse of -3/5. What do we get if you plug this in the calculator?
Undefined.
Undefined?
I mean, probably human error.
Did you make sure you are in degrees mode
Yeah, no, I'm in radians.
and say,
Yeah, so it doesn't work.
so
Yeah.
you have to make sure the mode is in
Yeah.
degrees.
I have to reset it. It's
Elizabeth, do you got this? Sine inverse of -3/5?
yeah, that's what I put in. I'll just,
No. Let's ask Elizabeth. She has a
36.86.
say again.
36.86.
Did you put negative?
No.
So put negative.
I just get -36.
Very good. So -36 point 0.18.
86.
All right. So negative means we're going to go this way, -36.86, but this is t, correct? So it will be 360 minus 36.86, which we will get. You guys need to help me. I had so many calculators, but every semester somebody took it from me and then they didn't return. Trying to minus 36.3.
323.14.
So now that we have the exact value, if we add these two, which quadrant do we end up? So 322.14 plus 126.07. If you add them, we will get 449.21. If you minus 360 one revolution, we get 89.21. 89.21 is in quadrant 1, so Jason was correct. All right, so we get inverse to find the exact. And this is one part of the question.
what?
This is a question in your quiz, but the quiz doesn't have the value of 4/5 or -3/5. Any question here? Before we go to next question, review question for the quiz, what is 4 cosine square of x minus 1 equal to 0? So solve for x. We went go over this briefly a few weeks ago. So they ask us solve for x, not cosine of x. So the first step is we need to get rid of, we have to isolate. This should be one side. So I'm gonna have adding 1 to both sides. We have 4 cosine square of x equal to 1. I divide by 4. We get cosine squared of x equal to 1 over 4. Now we need to get rid of this 2 by square rooting of both sides. The cosine of x will be plus minus radical 1 over 4. This will be plus minus 1/2. So we have cosine of x equal to 1/2, or cosine of x equal to negative 1/2. One half should be familiar to you. So in the unit circle, on the unit circle that you have, we have cosine of x is 1/2. We have this is 1/2. This is 1/2. Wow. This guy is 1/2. Also, this is 1/2. Good. So the angle will be 60 degrees. Also will be 100. No, not that one. The reason is the pen is so big, I cannot. So this is cosine of 60. I can say x equal to 60 degrees. Also, we have 1/2 here, which is all the way to 300. Also, x equal to 300 degrees. So we got two solutions. For negative 1/2, we have, you see negative 1/2 for x here, which is 120. X will be 120 degrees. Also, we have negative 1/2 here, which is 240. So we got 4 solutions for this equation. Usually when they give a question like this, they also tell you that x is going to be between 2 pi, and they give you some domain. Otherwise, we have so many solutions. We can just keep rotate and find different value for x. That cosine of that is 1/2. All right. So this is going to be something that we will work on it this week, and then we have another topic which will be end of the Math 130. All right, let's go back to the review. Good solving. Given that cosine of alpha equal to 1/3 alpha is between pi half and 0, they're saying determine the exact value of cosine of alpha over 2. So which formula this is ringing the bell? Is this asking about adding, subtracting angle, doubling angle, or halving angle? Which one should we look into it?
Halving.
Very good. This is referring to halving. You go to your half formula, half angle formula, which is right here. Good. So cosine of alpha theta over alpha, which is this one. Good. This is what we're looking for. Equal to plus minus radical 1 plus cosine of alpha over 2. So that I picked the right formula. We have half angle for sine, half angle for cosine, half angle for tangent. So I picked cosine because they asked cosine. So our job is to decide, is that positive or negative for what we're looking for? Is that positive or negative?
Positive.
Negative.
Yeah, we have alpha between 0 and pi half. That means alpha, oops, is in quadrant 1, 0 to pi half. Any angle that you pick here, if you half it, still going to be on quadrant 1. And quadrant 1, cosine of that is positive. So cosine of alpha over 2 will be positive, or you don't need to write the sign part. Radical 1 plus cosine of alpha over 2. Do we have the value of cosine of alpha? Is right there. Cosine of alpha is given. So I plug 1 over 3 over here. Now the challenging part for you guys, I feel, definitely this is not possible to plug it in the calculator, give you exact. I hope Elizabeth not going to do that. I mean, this is, you need to be able to do the algebra. So we have a radical, then there's a fraction here. I'm going to simplify this part first, which is 1 plus 1 over 3 equal to 3 plus 1 over 3 equal to 4 over 3. Good. I find the common denominator, multiply by 3. I'm trying. Yes.
6 over 4.
Oh, you got it from your calculator?
No, I did the math.
Good, Elizabeth.
Square root 6 over 4.
So this one we got 4 over 3 divided by 2, correct? 4 over 3 coming from this part. 2 is on the denominator. If I simplify this, I keep the radical, we get 4 over 6. This 2 will multiply, and this 2 will multiply. 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6. 4 over 6 is something that you can simplify. Is radical 2 over 3. Should I leave it like this? Elizabeth said no. This is same as radical 2 over radical 3. I irrationalize the denominator. I multiply by radical 3 equal to radical 6 over 3. So this is the final answer for this guy. Elizabeth, do you want to say how did you get yours?
Oh, I got the same answer. I accidentally did 6 over 4 instead of 4 over 6.
Yeah, this is very important. So we don't want to do those mistakes. I mean, I teach you guys how to do the shortcut. This times that, divide by this, or you can actually write that down. Say 4 over 3 divided by 2, this 2 over 1. This is same as 4 over 3 multiplied by 1 over 2. We change the division to multiplication. Then you multiply, you will get 4 over 6. So we don't want to do any algebraic mistake. So for tangent of alpha over 2, we're going to look for the formula for the tangent, half angle formula for tangents. The good thing is we have 2 formula for tangents. One of them is sine of theta, sine of theta over 1 plus cosine theta. Another one is 1 minus cosine theta over sine theta. Which one do you like to use? It doesn't matter, I mean, whatever. I don't, you guys don't like the negative for the second one. Let's use the first one. So tangent of alpha over 2 will be sine of alpha over 1 plus cosine of alpha. I picked this one. Equal to, do we have sine of alpha? No. Do we have cosine of alpha? Yes, 1/3. How do we find sine of alpha? Jason will tell us.
I was just actually looking at the last one, trying to
So
figure out how we did it.
yeah, so yeah, we need to algebraically solve it.
Yeah.
Cosine of alpha is right there, so I used it. Sine of alpha is not. We need to go through the Pythagorean theorem.
Oh, right.
I know you guys don't like this, but actually it's a great technique. So we are using Pythagorean theorem. Which quadrant should I draw a triangle? They said alpha is between 0 and pi half. So I randomly make it here, and I call this one alpha. I make a right triangle. So this is going to be cosine. We have cosine alpha is 1/3. This means x over r. This is 1. This is 3. Then you solve for y. X squared plus y squared equal to 1. 1 plus 3 Oh, we're looking for y. Nine. Y squared equal to 8. Y will be 2 root 2, which is radical 8. So then sine of alpha will be 2 root 2 over 3. You guys should love this technique. So now I plug this over here. Two root 2 over 3, 1 plus 1/3. So we have a line, the big fraction here. This is already simplified, which is 2 root 2 over 3. The denominator, I have to find the common denominator. It will be 1 multiplied by 3. It gives us 4 over 3. This 3 will cancel. We have 2 root 2 over 4, which is root 2 over 2. This is tangent of alpha over 2.
Cosine 2x, the third option.
Very good. So this is a formula here we see anytime we have 1 minus 2 sine square of x, the answer will be cosine of 2x. That means if here is 10 degree, this will be cosine of 20 degree. If this is 50 degree, this will be cosine of 100 degrees. So we have 15 degrees, correct? So this is same as cosine of 2 times 15 degree, which is cosine of 30 degrees. And cosine of 30 is radical 3 over 2. All right.